Do you see what I see? It's our first tomato. This is the mortgage lifter variety of tomatoes. It's been flowering for a couple of weeks now. Well, at least a week. Actually, I'm not sure when I noticed the first flower, but I have noticed the first tomato. I mean, it's only a little one so far, and hopefully it does well. But this one's doing the best out of all of the ones that I've planted so far. So, the mortgage lifter is a heritage variety tomato. So I should be able to save the seeds. So yeah, very excited about that. And this is out at the new place at Lockyer Waters. So little garden's doing well. My snapdragons are doing nicely. The big problem is I haven't had a chance to water and we've hardly had any rain. So I've got some parsley there, my snapdragons. The calendula's looking a bit sad. The marigold's barely done anything. The goat ate the Queen Anne's lace. The chocolate mint is really not doing well. That snapdragon's okay, but it's not getting enough water. That's oregano, it's doing okay. The dill's not doing too badly. That parsley's okay. That Queen Anne's lace survived the goat. Then I've got another snapdragon in there that's getting taken over by common garden mint and Macelon spinach, or Marlborough spinach. It goes by both names. It was one that I just pulled out of the ground at Eagleby and just stuck in. So most of the vine died, but it looks like I've got the remnant remaining. My moringas are still doing okay. I mean, they're not doing fantastically, but we haven't had a lot of rain and I have neglected them completely because we've been so busy just trying to get out of the other house. Then I got some peppermint. It's not doing all that well. Again, it's lack of water. Peppermint really likes water. The lemongrass is doing great, which surprises me because it really likes water, but I haven't killed it. So yes, that's the lemongrass that Tyler gave to me. So thank you, Tyler. And I got a little Lecanus seed plant going there, which technically Lecanus is a noxious weed. At least it is in Logan. I haven't checked what the weeds are in Lockyer Waters yet. I need to check that. But Lecanus is really, really good when it's used as a forage for livestock, as in goats. A lot of the garden's not doing real great, most because I haven't had a chance to water and it hasn't rained. But over here, over at the chicken coop, and I've moved the girls from there, so I'm yet to turn that into a garden bed, but I just haven't got time at the moment. Another week. The dill over here is doing really well. Oops, sorry. So that's the dill. I'm really pleased with how well the dill's going. That's chamomile. And then I've got snapdragon and some parsley. And another couple of mortgage lifters. The elderberry died. The marigold died. That one did. That marigold's had something weird happen to it. That moringa I'm not holding out much hope for. That's a weed. That's a pumpkin. It's also not doing all that well. But this was a garden. I had the chickens there for a long time. The chicks that we hatched when we first got here, they're doing really, really well. Well, this is actually the second batch, I think. It's the second batch. The first lot all sold straight away. So I'm really looking forward to getting these guys out onto pasture and moving them around. But until I've got a number of problems with that here because of the high wind. I can use my dome pens in the house yard because there's a lot of trees around here that create a windbreak. I can't use them out in the paddocks because it's too high a wind and they'll just flip over. So in here, the Queen Anne's lace is doing really, really well, except for the bits that the guinea fowl got to. Oh, and I trimmed that off because it was killing the rue. So that's the rue. The rue and the tansy I've planted here just especially for the chickens, as well as the comfrey. So a lot of the comfrey just got trampled by the guinea fowl when it escaped on me. So my Queensland spinach or Pella, I think is another name for it, is starting to have some shoots. So really, really pleased with that. But other than that bed's not doing the greatest. But it's not doing badly either. It's mostly the fact that I haven't been able to water it. just because I've been too busy. I haven't been here. The guinea fowls are doing well. I'm looking forward to letting these guys out. I'm not sure that this is going to be the best location for them though, so I may end up putting them in a different pen so that I can put them away at night, and then I have to lock them up again for another 3 months, I think, before they're allowed out. But ideally I really want to raise Keats on the block, because that way they'll always think this is home, because otherwise guinea fowl run away regularly. I don't know what Miss Kitty's up to. What you doing, Kitty? She doesn't usually show too much interest in the chickens, except for the chicks. Yeah, I have lost a few chicks to Miss Kitty. Miss Kitty. I did put a couple of passion fruit cuttings in a pot. Oh, there goes the cats. Almanzo does like chasing Kitty. I did put some passion fruit cuttings in the pot, but I haven't watered it enough, so I think that might be why they're dying. So I'm going to get some more cuttings. Our olive tree that I trimmed right back and put some cuttings in a pot is coming back beautifully. So I'm really happy with that, because I had to bare root all the plants to bring them over from Eagleby. So I've got a snapdragon in there, another pumpkin. That tomato's not doing well at all. That moringa I'm positive has died. I got my ponytail. I like my ponytail. I think they're agapanthus. I'm not 100% certain. But yeah, I've got these chickens working on another patch. They've cleaned out the weeds nicely. They've done a fantastic job. These ones are doing well. I've got my 3 leghorns in with my Rhode Island Reds. Lots of cobwebs. But that's okay. Cobwebs aren't the worst thing on the planet. So yes, they're doing well. We're going to have to build another bay for the composting toilet. But the moringa over here, it's not dead. It has got something happening. Sorry, I can't focus in on that. All that, well, my autofocus isn't focusing all that nicely. But there's a few buds happening. So I haven't given up hope on this one yet. A couple of pumpkins that I planted around here I've given up on. They died. That comfrey's not dead yet. And I got a pigeon pea over there that's not dead. It's not thriving. There was another pumpkin over there, but it's died. So yeah, it's not doing too badly. And I had to put electric fence there to stop the horses from taking the lid off the compost heap, because I'd put some old hay on the top of it. Not that you can see it now because I put leaves on top of that. And the horses were eating the spent hay, which is really bad because it was mouldy hay, which is why it was going in the compost. So I put the electric fence up, and that's stopping the horses nicely. That was the fence for the chicken coops down there, which I still haven't got any chickens in yet. So yeah, I will be going through and sorting things out with that soon. We finally got the trampoline up for the boys. That was a couple of days ago. They are very excited. Already had a couple of accidents, but boys will be boys. It's all good. I don't know whether we'll keep it here, but because I can't drive the car out here anymore, and that's where I put the hay. It makes life really a bit challenging, really. Okay, the aquaponics. It's pretty much the same as it was in the last few videos. The nutrient level's really low because the fish aren't eating a lot because it's only just starting to warm up now. So I think I may have actually lost that mulberry. That mulberry cutting was doing reasonably well. I just don't know now. But time will tell. On that eggplant I pulled out of the ground at the other house, so if it dies, it dies. If it doesn't, fantastic. I think that one's Okinawa spinach. I bought that plant, but it's really not doing all that well. My kale is doing okay. I did find some red Russian kale in there too, so really excited about that. Assuming I can keep it alive. The rainbow chard is doing well. We've been eating a bit of that and giving it to the goats, as well as the celery and the sheep sorrel. The basil is in full flower, so it'll probably have some seeds from it soon. My lettuces, we've been eating a lot of lettuce, just taking leaves off and being able to eat it. That's what I love about this cut and come again lettuce. It's brilliant. I got a yellow beetroot, a couple of yellow beetroots in here, and then a normal purple beetroot. The rest of them didn't survive. I got a parsley there, and you can tell by the yellowing of those leaves that it's not getting enough nutrients. Same with the shallots, they shouldn't be that yellow. And sorry, I've lost the light. See it, but I've only been draining this bed every couple of days or so because I just can't keep the water level up in the sump. It's not good to have 3 beds off such a small sump. The celery is doing really, really well, so I really help you with that. I'm going to have to get some more cuttings from the mulberry tree at the other house before Tuesday, although the people that have bought the house are really lovely. So my broccolini, I had a couple go to flower, so that's not tragic. Jonathan really loves it, so yeah, I keep picking it and putting it on the kitchen bench, and before I get in there to do anything with it, he's gone and eaten it on me. I got some elderberry cuttings here that are doing really well, so I'm looking forward to transplanting them out. My strawberries are flowering, very exciting. They've been in there for ages. So yeah, I'm going to take all these cuttings that have done nothing out and put some new cuttings in. We've got more gravel from the other house to prepare for the next lot of aquaponic beds. What else? We've just got stuff everywhere. At the moment we're just desperately trying to find places to put things that are undercover until we've got access to the shed, which is going to be a little while yet. We've got access to part of it now, but a lot of my plants here are dying because I haven't been looking after them as well as I should have been, but just haven't had time. These tomatoes over here are doing quite well, although they're not as good as the one next to the shed that's got the little tomato on it, but these are flowering as well, so we're pleased with that. That basil's okay still. I think that basil's probably died. It's the purple basil. The Queen Anne's lace behind there. Got some sugar cane that I need to put into some dirt. That pigeon pea's doing really well. Well, not really well, but it's alive, so that's a good thing. And there's snapdragon there that's died just about. And I got some pineapples that I need to plant out. And a lot of it, I need to find homes for things. I may end up putting some of them in this bed here, but because it's next to the swing, I don't want to put anything, like I don't want to put the pineapple there because it'll be really spiky and the boys could hurt themselves. I'll probably definitely put some more tomatoes in because they'll grow from cuttings, and I've got some other plants that I'd like to pop in the ground. So yeah, that's a bit of a look-see as to what's happening at the moment. Not getting a lot done in the garden because just haven't got the time or the energy. That's some olive cuttings in there. I haven't actually looked to see how they're going. They don't seem to be doing too much. The last time I looked at that was a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, sorry if I appear to be hobbling a little bit. I am. My feet are very, very sore. But we did manage to get all of the furniture out of the house, and we've got most of it in the container at the other house now. Well, not the furniture, but all the stuff out of the house so that the new owners could move in early. And I'll take that out now. So yes. So now we've just got to get the rest of the stuff and try and find homes for it here. And once we get to put everything together, it will take up a lot less space. Like these garden beds, these aquaponic beds, when we get them set up as the aquaponics, they're not going to take up all that space. And we've got bookcases that we haven't put together, that we just haven't had the space for. But yeah, anyway, we'll get there. But at the moment we've got stuff everywhere. It's rather challenging trying to find anything and today I realised that I'd run out of hay for the goats, so I had to go over to my friend Lisa's place and pick up some hay for them. So yeah, anyway, I have completely lost the light, and I will catch up with you in the next video. And somebody left the door open. They're going to let mosquitoes in the house. It's my pet peeve at the moment, is mosquitoes getting let in. But you have a great one. I'd love to show you some videos of the kids. They're so cute. And they're starting to get to that really fun, bouncy age too. So, I'll go out there and show you a little bit. Oh, Gavin's really excited. He got his workbench over there. Not that you can see it. Of course, it's also buried. But he's at least got the big workbench here now, so he'll be able to get in to do some projects. Oh, and the car's starter motor's just died, so even though we really needed that tomorrow, because we've all got to go over to Beenleigh, which means squeezing all of us into the Suzuki, which is not going to be pleasant. Poor Gavin's going to get stuck in the back seat so that Mum can sit in the front seat, because she won't be able to get in the back seat. So he's going to be, well, poor Matthew's going to be the one that gets squashed. Because normally when the five of us have to go anywhere, we go in the Prado. Because we really don't fit in the Suzuki at all. It's very squishy, especially when you're talking 2 nearly hour-and-a-half drives. I'll show you how the paddock update stuff's going too. How my little experiments are going. I've moved these lids over once. Really, really pleased that it grew up the grass again the second time. Although the first patch is yellow, died off a fair bit because it just hasn't gotten the water. So that was the first spot. That was the second spot I put it. And now I've put it here. Because this holds the condensation. The interesting thing is, oh, it's not so interesting because the holes are bigger. This one didn't have the same effect, and neither did that one. So I'm going to try and cover up those holes a bit. But look at how well the stuff under the rolled out round bay is gone. So yeah, I put seeds under there. That was a green manure crop that I put under this side, and the other side was some barley seeds, grain, that I'd gotten for the animals, and it had gotten a bit old, so I didn't want to give it to the animals, so I put it under the round bale just before it rained. If I get a chance, I'll put a link to the playlist so that you can have a look at the progress, because it's been a couple of months. It's been quite a few months. But we came out to see the babies. Let's see the babies. Mum's doing very, very well. Although she had a bit of a high worm load, so I've given her a dose with Capramec. I'd really prefer not to use the chemical wormers, but because I'm not moving them like I normally do, they've just gotten too high a worm load, so I really do need to keep moving these girls regularly. Marbella is huge, but her udders aren't, she's not bagging up yet, so I don't know that it's coming in, the babies are coming anytime soon, but I would say she is definitely having twins. Oh, she's bagging up a little bit. It's really hard to tell, but she's definitely carrying twins. So yes, but we came to look at the babies before we ran out of light. And we noticed that one of the girls have got blue eyes. Not that you're able to see that in this light. But they're getting very playful. Mum's doing really well feeding them, so Mary's being a wonderful mummy and looking after her girls. And the girls love spending most of their time in under the IBCs. Oh, look, they move so quickly, and I do not. It's really worth going the other way around. But yes, they're just growing so fast. I'm not even sure how old they are actually. I think they're about a week. I'm losing track of time. I've been so focused on doing stuff over at the other house that I really am getting very behind with lots of other things. These two are just so adorable. Oh, where'd they go? Oh, they're under the IBC. You're not going to be able to see them now. Sorry, it's gotten too dark anyway. But yeah. So the girls are doing very well. Aside from the fact that they've got a heavy worm load, so I really do need to take them all out and worm them. I wormed Mary. So as much as I'd prefer to have them fully organic, I decided a long time ago that a goat with chemicals in it is better than a dead goat, because I have lost quite a lot of goats trying to worm them naturally and just not finding the right balance. The biowormer has helped, because it's been well over 12 months since I've had to worm the goats with the chemicals. So the biowormer is definitely helping, and it would probably be completely sufficient if I was moving the girls every couple of days so that they were on fresh ground. And that is the plan. The plan is to actually move them around every couple of days so they're on fresh ground and not wandering around their own manure. Ah, that's Missy. So that's Laura's kid. She's nearly 10 months old now. Nearly time to pop her with Davy and put her into kid. Should be exciting. Oh, little Hope is practicing headbutting. Is that the cutest or what? Love it. And the other advantage of the electric fence that I've got them in is that, the electric net I should say, is it actually protects them from not only the foxes but also wild dogs. Because a fox will take, and a wild dog will take a whole goat, but a fox will take a kid without even thinking about it. Little Hope. My little Hope. She's so cute. I'm actually wondering whether Hope might be Chase's. So she might be a... Oh, it just got really dark. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to go. You have a great week. Well, till next time I video. Have a great one. Bless you. Oh, she's so cute. She's so cute. Look at her. Isn't she so cute? I love the way they bounce around. I just love it. Anyway, I better go. I've got to go inside. Have a great one.